Hello everyone, hope you well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Big of the CoinsKid crew. So at the minute I'm tracking a potential bearish pattern for XRP, possibly a lower high into that drop of the neckline right there, and then we have a little correction just to shake everyone out, okay? Because there is a setup that I'm looking on Bitcoin right now that we are in the midst of a third wave. So I'll go through that with you later on in the video. But right now on the micro zones just there that I've coded for the CoinsKid crew, we've got all coins: short sell, sell short medium, neutral coins, buy long medium, and buy long strong just there. Now this is the Bitcoin price, and this is the tether dominance. So you can clearly see at the moment there's an inverse correlation between the two. Beautiful. And it's one of the reasons why I did jump into spot positions and long positions a few weeks ago on that trend line touch, and I'll go through that with you in the video. Now there is something we want to see in the Bitcoin chart. If we can get incredibly bullish, we need to see a breakdown of the flag in the tether dominance, and we obviously need to see the breakout of the flag in the Bitcoin price action right there. So we're doing okay. A few weeks ago we jumped in beautiful little spot positions and long positions, and I was relaying the reasons why because of the inverse correlation with the tether dominance right now, and you can clearly see it's playing out like an absolute boss, isn't it? So at the minute we're getting a little bit top heavy in some of these micro caps. So if we bust a move and start to come back a little bit, it would not be unfounded. Have that little retest of support and correction for the continuation of this bull market. So I'm going to show you exactly where my validation of my bullish count that I have for Bitcoin going forward. And if we start to break down below it, then I'm completely wrong. But I'm going to show you right now why I am bullish on Bitcoin, why I do think we've bottomed. We've got the beautiful golden crosses, we've got the diamond bottom pattern which I've been showing you the past few weeks, and we've got potential clues in a tether dominance right there. So let me dive into the rest of the content of the video. But if you are looking to trade crypto on the micro time frames, get in and out of these little in and out trades, then do come to CoinsKid.com, go to the micro coin section and take a look around, okay, and see what you see. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now. So taking a quick look at the tether dominance chart with you in the candlesticks, look at this coming up with stairs like this, and then obviously Bitcoin coming down the stairs like this. So we've got basically a bullish flag coming back, and we've got a bearish flag coming back in this inverse correlation that exists between these two. So what we've got and what we need to see primarily is Bitcoin break out of its flag to the upside and this flag break down to the downside. If we start to see the loss of this green trend line, then whatever Bitcoin's doing, whatever your altcoin's doing, whatever, it's just a clue basically that we are looking to continue the road down to this white line once more, which is where obviously when we come back down to that line, it could indicate the top up here as a potential scenario for Bitcoin. So what I'm looking at right now is a potential scenario that this is corrective overlapping nature coming back, this is corrective overlapping nature coming back to this flush to the downside, and this is corrective coming back to the flush to the upside. The inverse correlation is there. Really simple to see, okay? So the clue will be, obviously, I think Bitcoin will become extremely bearish if we start to turn around, we come up and we break out this flag, okay? So this is why a few weeks ago, we're looking at this chart with yourselves and relaying right on cue on this neckline, which is why I'm taking an opportunity on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, VeChain, Chainlink, XRP, so on and so forth, why I was looking at opportunities, because really simple, the inverse correlation is staring us in the face. So what we've got is support. Every time we bounce off support, Bitcoin comes down the stairs. Every time we bounce off this resistance, Bitcoin goes up the stairs. Really simple. So in theory, if we get down to this level here and we start to bounce again and we turn around, this could lead to a significant pullback for Bitcoin. But what we're looking for is the lower high structure which we're beginning to form here on this particular chart, okay? So if we start to come up, make the lower high and break down below the green trend line, I would expect, we've got a clue that Bitcoin's looking to continue the show here. After this huge move up, flaggy pattern coming back, huge move down, flaggy pattern coming back, looking for continuation. The clues will be within this chart, the dominance chart. Really simple, okay? So keep an eye on this. At the moment, it's not quite on that green trend line, but if it gets down there, I would imagine, you've got an increased probability of a short opportunity across the board right there, and especially for Bitcoin. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now and see what we can see, okay? So keep an eye on that flag on the dominance, because I think that if we do it that green trend line, it could increase the probability of a short up right there, okay? But until that day comes, I think it might be a little bit risky to short Bitcoin. There is a setup that I'm looking at for XRP as well, of a potential head and shoulders back down to that neckline, and again bouncing off the dominance could be confluence of that will play out as well. So I'm looking for the lower high to validate the head and shoulders pattern for XRP. So like I said to you in the XRP video, I'm not necessarily jumping to a short just yet until I start to see a little bit more breakdown the structure of that neckline. So do pay attention to the XRP video. So what we've got here is basically where everyone has got the stops basically. So we're ramped up here like this and we're attacking this resistance right now. So if we do have a flush, people will get stopped out. Oh no, it's taking off into space. And then we'll start piling on longs and jumping into spot positions because they thought, they think it's broken out. But at that point, we'll come back down and we'll have a correction. once we see the dominance bounce off that green trend line and a flag. So this is a little theory that I've got, that we shouldn't necessarily jump into a short just yet for Bitcoin, because I think it's a bit of a crowded trade. A lot of people have a stops there. Okay, so it'll come back up, everyone gets stopped out, then we'll come back down. Okay, once the Bitcoin dominance bounces, the tether dominance bounces off that green trend line that I've shown you earlier in the video right there, which increases the probability of a drawdown. So the minute, if we take a look, the inverse correlation between the two is playing out like an absolute boss. Look at that, there's your low, there's your high, come back down, and this, your high, there's your low, come back up, come back down. So really simple. So I think we've got a beautiful little neckline of resistance and support for the dominance, and we're not quite there yet. That increases the probability of this turning around. So we'll be patient for that, and equally with XRP, we'll be patient for that potential bearish pattern. So at the minute, you know, I think people are looking at the wrong eye here. I think this is your eye. Basically, this is an expanded flat correction. I'll go through this with you. So this is why I do think at the moment that's bullish, and this is your wave 2. So this is your bull market support. Okay, so you can move your stops up from there to there, and it's really simple, because what we've got is a potential scenario right now for Bitcoin, and I'm looking at this, a potential one, expanded flat 2, and right now it's your third wave coming up like this. So this is going to consist of subsets of waves. Potentially what we're having right now is a resistance retest, come back, make it a high low, and then we break. And typically this is what we see in the third waves. Okay, third waves break the highs, they break all resistance and make new all-time highs. And this is something we've been looking at for years with yourselves. Okay, so 1 into an expanded flat 2, and right now you're in a vertical 3. You know, and this has all the power, the qualifications of a third wave, providing you hold this wave 2 low. So like I said to you, start to carve out this structural reversal pattern down there. So again, I wouldn't necessarily jump into shorts at the minute until you start to see a little bit more data and a potential retest of that green trend line on the Bitcoin, on the tether dominance. Sorry, I'll keep you updated to that as best I can, but so far so good. You know, right now you can move your stops up. That's the invalidation of this bullish count that I have, 52548. If we start to break down below that, okay, we could entertain another retest of this neckline once more as we go deeper into this correction. And that's exactly what I do think it is. You know, the flagging nature of this particular correction is corrective, overlapping, zigzaggy waves always give the game away for me. So, you know, I think that even though we're coming down, I know it's going to zero. Even if we come down again, it's just a buying opportunity. But I think there's a chance here that this is the bottom. Okay, we've had a 1 into an expanded flat 2, and right now you're working on some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 setup right there for Bitcoin going forward. Hope you understand the update. The invalidation right now, really simple, 52548. It will begin to invalidate this bullish count. 1, expanded flat 2, and right now you're breaking bullish. So I think at the moment this is actually high you've already taken out and you're nestling on it. Look at that, you're holding this previous high, which is you basically a wave 1 high. So you're already in the third wave here. So if you have a retracement, you take out that, people get stopped out, oh no, it's taken off into space, they start piling into longs, then it reverses, come back down in a correction, and then it goes in a massive vertical. I wish everyone the most luck. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. I'm looking for the invalidation, and obviously at the moment going forward, 52548 is your invalidation of any bullish impulse for Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.